right, all right. Welcome to the Strong Side Podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Black, and today we are doing the Strong Side Update Show for October 2020. So here's what we do is the last Friday of every month, we come together, we do a live stream in our Facebook group, we communicate with all of our members, and we just try to give you some updates on what's going on in the gym, new things that you might not have heard of with like events and fun activities going on. And we typically have our whole leadership team here to do it. But tonight we have Trunk or Treat. So no matter when you're listening to this, tomorrow's Halloween. And tonight at 5 o'clock, we're going to be going to one of our members. He works at Corrective Chiropractics, and he's having us out there with a whole bunch of people. We're doing this fun trunk or treat. We're dressing up, and they got to get ready for that because that sucker's going to be legit. But we have a very surprise guest. We have Amber in member services. So she was not supposed to be here. I was going to be rolling solo. And then she walked in and I said, hey, you want to hop in?
Surprise.
Yeah, so you fired up? You ready to rock and roll with this thing?
I am. Love it. Always.
All right. So now remember, when we do these podcasts, they are always live streamed on our Facebook group or Facebook page. Then you can watch it again on YouTube if you want to view it there, or you can just listen to it on podcasts. Right now we're on Spotify and a whole bunch of other places. We're going to be on Apple pretty soon. But if you like it, share it with your friends. If you like it, give it a 5-star, give us a thumbs up. But our whole goal of this podcast is to communicate with our members. So it's what value can we add? What can we bring? How can we bring our whole family together and bring cool things to you? All right.
Awesome.
So here's what we're going to do. We got a couple topics that we are, by the way, my voice is roasted. I hope it sounds good because I've been yelling so many yells with all these awesome workouts and all these, we've been having a jamming out week, but so there's that. But so here's what we're going to do. We're going to run through some events, some cool things that we got going on, what we're going to do heading into November, close out the year, give you guys some updates on our Canton and Roswell locations, and super cool. All right. All right. So the next thing, all right, man, I'm so excited to share this with you. And honestly, this is so new that probably the majority of what I'm going to say, Amber doesn't even have all the details to. So we're just going to get to see her reaction. And everybody's really going to find this out tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing our first workout up at our Canton location, and I'll get some details around that. But that's when we're going to really announce it. So you're getting here first. We are going to do a ridiculous, legit 5K, 10K run. And I know you're like, what? What's different? No, I mean like a real Peachtree Road Race qualifier, certified course. You can register on like all the major platforms. We have a company coming in and running it, a legit 5K, 10K event. This is going to be up in Canton. It's going to be at the Etowah Park or something like that. I don't even know where it is. It's that new. Okay. I've already talked to the city. I've already got all the permits. I have a company coming in to run it. And in the sense of, when you cross the finish line, you're going to have a big finish line. You're going to have your timing chip will link up to the flat screen TVs. You'll be able to see your time instantly. You'll have a full service of all your volunteers, everything you'll need. This is like a real, this is the same company that runs all the 5Ks at the Georgia Aquarium. They have 90,000 racers every year that they deal with. I'm really like, this is a real thing. It's not like StrongSide's putting it on. I'm very excited. So
that's awesome. It's legit.
It's legit. It is going to be December 19th, and that's a Saturday. You can choose to do a 5K, which is 3.1 miles, or you can do a 10K, which is 6.2 miles. And that course, like I said, is certified. If you would like to qualify for the Peachtree Road Race, you could. We're going to be doing T-shirts. We're going to be doing finisher medals. We're going to treat this thing like nothing's any different. All right. So I've been meeting with this company a lot, and they said, hey, here's the deal. The majority of things are not going on right now. And what we're getting beat up about is that people are signing up for races, and then as the race gets closer, it goes to virtual. So if you're going to do this, you have to commit to it being in person. So I'm fully committed to it being in person. And they said that people are getting really frustrated that they sign up for something, and then when they arrive, they pay the normal fee, but they're not getting the full service. They'll finish the race and there's not any food, or they won't do a podium, or they won't do whatever. And I said, hey, we got to if we're going to do it, we have to do it. Not to disrespect anything, but to give you the product that you want. So you can expect an as normal, in-person, normalized 5K, 10K podium, finisher medals, extra swag if you make the podium, different age divisions, T-shirts. We're going to be marketing this all over Georgia. Yeah, this is good.
That's cool.
And what I want to hear Amber talk about is kind of like your input on getting outside the gym. So here's the deal. Before I hand it over to Amber, is like, it's not, we train in the gym to be better outside of the gym. And what we're really trying to do is put you in a position to be successful, to where you can go enjoy your life. You can do things that are not just barbells and box jumps, and you can do like real life applicable fitness, and with a great community. So
Right.
talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when we were doing the quarantine and everybody had to be at home, but then we went and did the 5K. It was like the virtual 5K. I hadn't run 3 miles. I used to do 5Ks and 10Ks, and I remember thinking, gosh, I haven't run like, I think more than a mile in over a year. So I went out with Emma, and are we still live? Yeah. Okay. And
For those of you viewing at home, which is this is the trouble of doing a live stream while you're trying to do a podcast at the same time. We can't see the video, but you can see us.
Okay.
So we're good.
I actually am okay with not having to like look at myself.
You know what? So that's what we'll do. We'll just look at each other, because we thought it was weird. We thought it was weird that we had to look at the camera and not see each other, but we're trying to talk to each other.
I know.
Okay. Anyways,
You're like,
and
hello.
resume action.
Yes. So we went out, and when we did the 5K, I was actually surprised that I did it, and I didn't have to stop, and I was able to run the whole thing. And it was I think we did it in like 30 minutes, and we didn't like crazy like push ourselves, but we were really surprised, and I was like, wow, this is really what functional fitness is about. We can go out and run 3 miles and not die because of all the work we've been doing in here, which was really cool, that I wasn't like training for a 5K. So I thought that was awesome. And I love being outdoors. I love like other people in the community. I mean, people who don't necessarily know who StRONGSIDE is, or, that they're runners, that, we're all going to be doing it together, because it is all about, being better and fitness outside. Love it.
Yeah.
And I get a medal.
And you get a medal.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to show up just for that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you do have to finish to get it.
I know, but I like medals. I like collecting them.
Yeah, I mean, it like we've done the Savage, we did some of my members have done the Spartan, and there's a really neat element to being like, look, I'm not one of those like crazy Kenyans or whatever that's going to run the Peachtree Road Race in 20 something minutes.
Right.
But those people are also dedicating their life to do it. What we're trying to do is say, hey, look, I can do anything. How empowering is that? Like the training that I'm doing allows me to go do the Savage. It allows me to go do this. I don't have to like specialize.
You don't have to train specifically for that event.
Yeah, because that is quite boring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
No offense to all those runners.
No, yeah. If that's what you want to do is go, yeah. If you want to go specialize in sport, and that's anything. I want to go win the Olympics in weightlifting. I want to go be a national caliber. Well, yeah, you've crossed out of the realm of StRONGSIDE general population. I just want to look great in my bathing suit, run a 5K, not have diabetes, and just feel great about my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
And this is also our mission to branch fitness into Canton surrounding areas, but really just tell the world that we're not just barbells and box jumps. Exercises are just our tools. Yeah. Our community is our ecosystem. Mm-hmm. And we just want you to be all that you can be. That's the Army saying. We want you to be your best self.
That's StRONGSIDE saying.
Yeah. All right, so the goal, the update on that is, all right, so today's Friday, October 30th, and no matter when you listen to this, and then on Tuesday, I'll have my last meeting with this race company, and then our goal is to be able to have registration live by next week, because we only have like 5 weeks.
Awesome.
And when I met with them, I said, here's what I want to do, and I want to do this, this, and this, and I said, what do you think? They said, well, Typically, we ask race directors to have at least a 6-month lead, but we feel like with your personality, we can do it in 5 weeks. And I was like, all right, we're going to go, dude. We got to go. So we're going to push a whole lot of energy into a short amount of time. We're going to need about 250 to 300 racers is kind of like our goal. And I was like, I mean, come on, like without any marketing, I feel like we could pull that from StRONGSIDE. So
Easily, yeah.
What if we marketed? Like everybody loves a good 5K.
Yeah, yeah. And that's easy to get people to come out to, because I mean, there's been nothing going on and people are like, yes, let me go do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you will be very distant from other people running, so it's fine.
Yes, it's outside.
All right. So that's what we got going on there with the 5K. The next thing I want to talk about, which is I don't know, I'm fired up about it. I think everybody else will be fired up about it. But so we talked about this yesterday or Wednesday with implementing in the StRONGSIDE 60 class and the StRONGSIDE 45 class is benchmarker workouts. So what I've always thought was super valuable was in your fitness, you have things to retest. It becomes very linear and complacent and boring when it's like, you know, if I pick on ellipticals, you know, I'm going to go ride the elliptical or get on the elliptical every day. Mm-hmm. There's no measurement behind that other than weight loss, which at some point becomes stagnant. Then with lifting, you know, I bench press this much. Okay, cool. But it doesn't change. So like you want measurement. Everybody wants that. So we do workouts like whether it's a 1-rep max back squat or whether it's Fran or Grace or Karen, and you guys are so used to it, and those are great workouts. But there's no real ownership around it, right? Like if you're new, you don't even know who Fran is. You're like, who is that? Why should I respect that? I honestly don't even like her. Like it's, you know. So I was like, here's what we need. We're going to develop like 9 to 12 staple StRONGSIDE workouts. And those StRONGSIDE workouts will be a series of baseline workouts, like our 45-minute class today did StRONGSIDE baseline number 3. So they've already done 1 and 2. This was 3. We did some funny named workouts this week and last week. We might keep them all. We might keep some of them, but we're going to run through all of them. And we're going to run through them a couple times. And what we want to do is publicize it and say, okay, these are our StRONGSIDE benchmarker workouts that when we're going as prescribed, this is something that you would want to chase. We're going to see it again. We're going to do it again. Now, for a couple of reasons. One is so that you have ownership around the program at StRONGSIDE. You know, Orange Theory does the dry try. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. That's their thing. Like, right. That's neat. What is StRONGSIDE's thing? Right. And when we develop these staple workouts, that's also going to be a really neat way for our community to talk to each other. So we're about to have 3 of these. How cool is it going to be in Woodstock, I'm just going to say StRONGSIDE baseline, like I said, getting a name, but you do StRONGSIDE baseline 1 at Woodstock, but you can see everybody's score in Canton and Roswell, and maybe you care about that. Maybe you want to keep your score private, you know, whatever, but you could, and you could see everybody's. You could communicate with everybody on a giant leaderboard. You could, I mean, the intramural competition that we had last weekend, we're about to have one that has people from 3. How cool is that going to be?
Yeah.
And we have to create this environment or this ecosystem where everybody at StRONGSIDE is welcome. Everybody's communicating. Everybody's in the fitness together.
Right. Working towards the same goal.
And I think the workouts are going to provide that.
Yeah.
So am I just overly excited, or what do you think?
No, I mean, for me, I love it because I'm definitely a goal-oriented person. And I think a lot of times, even yesterday's workout, I was like, gosh, I just feel like I don't have anything left.
For the 30-minute beater?
Yes. Yeah. And, but that's really not a good, like, understanding, like, okay, have I gotten fitter? Like, if I would have done this like a month ago, because you know what, sometimes you don't sleep well that night, or you don't eat well that morning, and that was mine. I just didn't eat enough. So, but I like, and it's in your head sometimes, right? And unless you have done the same workout, you've scored it, you see your results, then you realize, oh my gosh, actually I have improved. I've been able to lift more weight. I finished it faster, or because, wow, now I'm doing RX. Like last time I did scale. So, and that's like what, for me, that keeps me motivated and pushing myself is like, there's always something to push yourself to. And if you don't know kind of like where you've come from, then how do you know like where to go? So I love it. I'm excited.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's it. Like a lot of people will look at the workouts and they're like, why would I want to retest these? Well, you do it with anything.
Right.
You do it like, I'm going to run a mile.
Right. Yeah.
And then what's your first goal? Do the thing without walking.
Right.
We'll call that RX, right? And then
Yeah.
what do you try to do? You try to do it faster.
Try to beat it.
It's just the problem with that is it's too linear. So strong side is based on variance. We talk about this often, that people go to other fitness places and they get bored. And they get bored because everything is too linear. Hey, there's all these treadmills, I can only run. There's all these rowers, I can only, like, you know, like whatever it is. Strong side is based on variance. The room's set up different every day. There's many things to accomplish. It's all towards the same goal, but you could climb a rope, you could jump on a box, you could run, you could go upside down, you can do everything. So when the workouts provide variance, you're providing different stimuluses.
Right.
And those different stimuluses allow your body to change. That's the science behind it, not just staying in the rut.
Right.
But like, you got to make it kind of sexy. Like you got to give it like these, oh man, yeah, I want to do, you know, strong side. We got to come up with cool names. I don't know. Freaking, the hard one. Like,
the hard one.
And then we get to all test against that as a fitness community of everybody just trying to be better.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I think it's cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think I'm set on like 3 or 4 of them. And the reason that I want to do 9 to 12 is 100% because it 100% because it looks cool on paper. So that was what I thought would fit on a PDF or a printout or any type of marketing that we could do to give to our members. I thought 9 to 12 would fit. And
anything more would be 2 pages.
Yeah, and I was like,
don't
well,
want to do that.
hashtag science, that's not going to work. So there's that. So we're going to run through them. We'll probably do them 1 or 2 times. Then what we'll do is the plan is to repeat them no more than 3 times a year, but 2 to 3 times per year. Because, nobody wants a good old quiz every week. Like you're spacing them out.
Right.
And then you would know when they're coming.
Right.
And it creates a little bit more value.
Yeah. Awesome. You have some good ideas.
I'm working on them. So there's that. And then there's a fly in my face. Up next, let's talk about Canton and Roswell. So I'll give you guys some updates on that because that is the biggest thing. Everybody keeps coming up and they're like, man, what's up with Canton? What's up with Roswell? And nothing is the answer. So here's where we're at on that is, so I shared this story with somebody today and it made them like, they were like, oh, that makes sense. So I'll tell you, I'll use this current location. So this is our 3rd spot of our Woodstock location. And I'll tell you what happened with our Woodstock spot. You go and you get the permitting. I could literally walk in to the city of Woodstock permitting office. Dwayne is a really great guy. I'd go in and be like, what's up, Dwayne? Here's what I want to do. And I'd go over everything with him. He'd be like, well, you might want to change this beam or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, go ahead, move forward with it. I got you. Like, it's fine and done. Then you start that. Well, now Corona happened. So we can't do that anymore because nobody's like really at work. So you're looking at like 6 weeks. So what happens is I've met with the architects both at Canton and at Roswell. I've got building plans of Canton and Roswell. We've gone over everything. We've got all the samples. We got to pick out all the flooring. The workout flooring, like the rubber flooring, the samples of that arrived at my house the other day. That's kind of cool. We had to get all that together and then submit it to the city because Roswell is kind of different. I'm not going to say they're weird, but they're kind of different. They wanted like every color of every wall. And I was thinking, what does that have to do with electricity? Like, I don't understand. But whatever. So we had to get all that done. The architects submitted it. City has it. So we just sit.
Are waiting on them.
And Roswell has been demoed. Great. They tore down a bunch of walls. Exciting, but they can't do anything for 6 weeks or whatever. Canton is kind of the same way. It's a big open room. And then
we're just waiting for approvals.
Then we can do that.
Do it.
So, but here's the deal with that, and maybe Amber can shed some light on how this has been so far. One thing that I've been communicating with everybody is you're in this big waiting phase, and we're not sitting around twiddling our thumbs. It's planning and planning and planning and planning, because here's what's going to happen is we're still on pace, probably February for Roswell, probably April for Canton is kind of what we're thinking. We're going to go waiting, and then one day you're just going to get, bam, go, and we got to be ready for that.
Right.
So how much planning have we been doing?
A lot. which is good. It's good to plan and it's good to be prepared. You don't want for them to say go and then start planning, because when they say go, we'll be ready to go. So yes, we talk about it a lot, all the time, but it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. So I love talking about it.
Yeah. I don't want to be not prepared. I feel like we
Right.
have just about everything kind of covered.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty solid. I mean, so I think we're still on plan. I think we're still on plan and under budget, and that's what I like.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
But so what you'll see is a lot of people have said, hey, you have all this promotion up in Canton. Is Canton going to open first? It would be, I don't even think that's possible. Like with how much they have to do, I do not think Canton's going to open first. I do think that the Canton community and the Canton Mill, where we're going, does a great job of functioning and building a community. So they've kind of afforded us just an amazing platform
Right.
that we get to, quote unquote, in a very nice way, take advantage of.
Right.
Like tomorrow, they're like, please come out and
Right.
use our field, please. And so I'm just doing that, even though we're not going to open until April.
Right. Right. Yeah. Creating awareness now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so many of our members live in Canton. So they're excited. They're tagging their friends saying, I know that, Woodstock is too far, but guess what? They're coming to Canton.
Yeah.
So I think that's, people are excited about it.
Yeah. And then in Roswell, I think it'll be a little bit different, slower play. Like I've been talking to a lot of bloggers and stuff, and we're going to do some interviews there. I know we just got one published a couple weeks ago, but I think that's where our play in Roswell is going to be.
Right.
It might not be city park workout stuff, but you're going to start hearing more and more about us in the news and the paper and the communities and the small businesses and Canton Street and all that. So,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're so close to downtown.
we are.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tacos and steak everywhere because they have the best tacos
Yeah.
and the best steak restaurants down on Canton Street.
Well, and I love the outside of StRONGSIDE. It's like it was a restaurant, and so they had like a bar out there, which I asked to keep. Mitch said no. It's like, come on. But then they had, we can make it a juice bar. But it's just they had like lights strung, and it's just it's definitely going to be like you can hang out there afterwards too, and then or walk down to Main Street and grab food.
Or yes, because you will be able to cool off and shower. And yeah, that's
blow
like
dry your hair.
I was telling somebody today that Roswell's so nice that I don't like. I'm like,
you're not allowed to come.
No, that like I feel like my grandma has like a Waterford crystal
Oh yes.
selection, and like I don't feel comfortable touching it.
Right.
Because it's so nice, and like when I look at all the stuff in Roswell, I'm like, oh, we get this? Like it's so nice. I'm like, I'm not supposed to do this.
Right. Yes.
The bathroom looks amazing. The tile is fantastic. It's these big black like long tiles that like, it looks like an episode of the Property Brothers. The Property Brothers meet Chip and Joe. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Rustic farmhouse. Modern rustic farmhouse.
Yeah, whatever. Nice. Whatever it is. Yeah, it's nice. It's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it.
So I'm fired up about that. I think you guys are going to like it a lot. And as long as we're talking about it, just to recap on that, I know we said this in the last podcast. Yes, you will be able to use all the locations. You're going to see a lot of marketing about this going forward, but all of our current members will be grandfathered in for life to always use all of our locations, whether there's 3 or whether there's 300. You're in. But at some point, that's not going to be the case. So let's just make this up. Let's just say January 1st. You'll see the marketing, but we'll say, hey, if you join after January 1st, we're going to have a tiered membership for X, Y, and Z reasons. And anybody who joins after that, your membership is this much to use, Woodstock and Canton. If you want to use all locations, it's this much. But you will always be grandfathered in, and you'll never have to pay whatever that rate is.
That's awesome.
So, way to go.
Yes.
Right. And then the last thing to talk about is we got Halloween tomorrow. So again, I know this. If you're listening to this on a podcast, you're definitely listening to this after Halloween. But for those of you guys that are live right now, do not forget that tomorrow we're going to be up in Canton, and we're doing our first workout up at our Canton location. We're going to take the whole turf. We are throwing down. We're going to bring a whole bunch of people. We're just going to have a big old fitness party. We got a workout at 9 a.m. We got yoga at 10 a.m. And we're just going to try to tell the world about StRONGSIDE Nation.
Yeah. And we're raffling off some really cool prizes.
Oh yeah, you
And
need to
not-
bring people.
And not just like free stuff here.
Yeah, what we're doing. So one thing we're going to do is you'll have the option to get on our VIP list and sign up for all the info coming out on how to join Canton. And then we're going to raffle off for 5 people that if they join like on a 6-month plan, that they'll get their first month free. And that's only for 5 people. So that'll be going on tomorrow. We're going to have like all these cool goodie bags for like was it first, 25th, 50th, 75th, and 100th person that comes in. We're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So they should come witness the fitness.
That's going to be awesome.
All right. Well,
And then tonight, the trunk or treat.
yeah, we got trunk or treat tonight, 5 o'clock. When is it over?
It goes 5 to 8, but it's not here. Don't come here. No one will be here. We do have a 4:15 class, but that's it, right?
Yep. Yeah, 4:15.
And then you're here. You're going to drive up to Corrective Chiropractic, and they're like off Town Lake, right? Town Lake.
I've never been there.
Okay, it is. The address is 1910 Eagle.
Do you live there? Like,
No,
how in the world do you know this?
I know. I'm going to look it up, but I do think that's it. But if you just in Google Maps put in Corrective Chiropractic, it will come up. And we're going to be in the parking lot. So again, do not come here unless you're coming to the 4:15 class to work out. But it's 5 to 8, and there'll be not just us. It's not just our trunk, but different trunks in the community. And there's going to be music. There's going to be a kids costume contest. And I mean, we're going to do our own special spin the wheel. But yeah, so come out and
we have our own workout attire theme.
Yes.
Yeah, 1980s workout superstars. I think we have pretty legit costumes, so you need to come check this thing out.
Yeah. Who are you going to be?
Richard Simmons. And like I got the Richard Simmons outfit.
Yeah.
But it's cold and
I know.
I don't even care. I'm gonna see if I can find like some skin colored leggings or something like that. Like,
yeah, they do. They have tights.
yeah, for women.
Just get the larger one.
I need like quadruple XL. Where are your
Extra
men's leggings?
That's a different store. But it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be dressed up.
Yep, and free candy bars.
And free candy, big candy bars.
Yeah, we're doing king size Snickers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not the bite size, the big ones.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, I hope you guys had a great time. We are going to rock and roll heading into November. We are going to have a great month. I'm really excited about all the stuff that we got going on. And those are some really cool projects that I hope you enjoy.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being a surprise guest. Bam.
Bye.
See you guys.